Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Cindy Carnes, your guide through the transformative journey of self discovery. Today, we're diving into how understanding your communication style can not only boost your confidence, but also help you connect with others authentically. Joining me is Elaine Pardi, communication stylist and dear friend. Elaine and I met through a program designed to help individuals align with their authentic selves. Welcome, Elaine.
Thank you, Cindy. It's great to be here. We've shared quite a lot of our journey together since we began our program. And I am just so happy to be here and see these aha moments that continue to show up for you as you learned about your style of mystique, the listening component of communication.
Yes. Oh my gosh. What an aha moment it was when I discovered my top communication style mystique, or like you said, the communication of listening. And it's interesting fact is like when I was growing up as a child, I was labeled shy. And when I share this story today, people are like, I don't see you as shy, Cindy. But in fact, I was as a child. And so I continued that label through my adulthood. And when I noticed that I was a senior business analyst with the airlines in my corporate career, and I was managing multiple teams around the world and managing global projects. And every time we would get a new project, I'd get a new team and a new development team, a new business team, a new problem to solve. And each time during the kickoff meetings, I saw myself as sitting there and being quiet. And I would definitely take a lot of notes, but I wasn't asking a lot of questions. And I'd always walk away from those meetings saying, what's wrong with me? Because was always told the smartest person in the room is always, has questions. And I didn't until the next day. So it was like I was taking in the information and I was percolating on it, and then I would come back with all of my list of questions. But I would guilt and shame myself. And then taking the assessment that Elaine does and finding out that I'm a mystique or this listening communication of listener was my aha moment. And I could authentically connect with myself and say, yes, I may appear as being or not engaged in this conversation, but in fact, I'm listening and I'm taking it in, and then I will come back with innovative questions.
Yeah, I mean, I love that you were able to capture that. And I see sometimes where people, even myself, like if I was in a meeting with you, I might be like, why is Cindy so she's not aligning, she's not listening, or she's not sharing anything. And so it's so helpful to not only know your own personal style, but then also understand people around you. So it really opens up a whole new direction that you can think about communication. And I just love that you've been able to see that. But like, what challenges do you still face with that?
So exactly. So as an entrepreneur, networking is the biggest thing. I mean, there's a lot of things to do as an entrepreneur, but of course, to get your business out there and to be seen and heard, networking is a big deal. And what I would find in networking was the same thing that I would find in my corporate career. I'd walk into a networking event and I would feel like I walked into a school dance looking for friends that never showed, and I felt alone, right? Saw all of these people, a room full of people connecting, and I wasn't. So, my biggest challenge today is still trying to be connecting or walking into that room and basically breaking through without being the loudest voice in the room. So where people may still see me as memorable, but I may not be like the like I could keep saying the loudest voice in the room. So how do I communicate with other personality styles that may feel more overbearing and where I feel like, ooh, I kind of go into my shell.
Yeah, I think, when we talk about mystique and the listening side of you, sometimes, there's that space that you feel like you want to fill because you want to share, but you don't know what to say. And so that's kind of what I'm hearing you say now. And what I think there is that sometimes making the smallest comment about how you're discovering the information. Like maybe you say, I'm taking some time to reflect on this. I have some ideas, and I'm not ready to share them completely like yet because I want to hear more of the conversation. That's an excellent way of like kind of transitioning between people thinking that you're quiet and not responding, and yet sharing something into the space, because people, when they're in mystique and they're quiet, it does feel kind of awkward because everybody else in the room might be talking and sharing and really just pounding the conversation. And then you feel like you're kind of almost sitting back from the table and everybody else is around the table tight and you're kind of back a ways away. So that's something good to do, is just kind of make a small statement without saying too much, would be a suggestion that I have.
Oh, I like that. I really love that tip, Elaine, because what I heard, kept thinking of when you were saying that, when you were sharing that tip, is absolutely that it's like I feel like I'm disconnected from the group. So I love that I can state something small that I've heard, or give some small contribution, and just kind of explain that, yeah, I have more to share once I understand the conversation. I love that so much. So fantastic tips for
Thank
sure.
you. Yeah. And it's fun to talk about these things because once you start to talk about them and you see your own self in what your communication style is, and then start to understand those people that are around you, it changes how you can interact with them, even like a team or a relationship. Any of these kind of situations can really be impacted once you know a little bit more. It's a fun, exciting topic. Yeah.
Awesome, it sure is. So, how would if there's individuals out there, our listeners, that are interested in learning more about themselves or getting their top communication style, how would they go about doing that?
So I would ask them to reach out to me. So it's Elaine, Elaine, at Elaine Pardi, and my last name is spelled Pardi.com. And if you send me just a short email that says Cindy on it, I will know that you heard it here from Cindy. And I will send you a link to do an assessment. It will give you your number one method of communication. And then once you've read that, we can kind of see if you want to learn a little bit more, because there's a lot to learn about communication. There's a lot of different styles and ways that people do that. So I love sharing that. And I love, like you said, kind of that aha moment that happens when I talk to people and share with them about their journey and where they're at in their communication style. And the light bulb goes off. And I love that moment. So thank you so much for letting me share.
I love it. You're welcome. And I highly recommend anyone who wants to know a little bit more about their communication style to reach out to Elaine, and we'll have her email and information in the comments below this audio. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, everyone. And understanding and embracing your unique communication style is key to living an authentic and confident life. So be sure to join us next time for more insights. Elaine and I will continue to talk about communication, keep connecting, and keep communicating. Until next time, thanks for joining.